You only get one shot, so you may as well make the most of it. And when you can, it's not all about the money. It's not all about what you own. It's about getting out there, enjoying life, talking to people, doing things for others. That's what life is about. And that will reward you no end, I promise you. What goes around comes around, karma and all that. There is a purpose, and get out and enjoy it and find it.
Joining us today live on set, a special guest.
What's up, motor people? My name is Neil Meekins. This is the Motor Chat Show. And today, my special guests are two British guys from up north. They are traveling around the world, doing stuff for charity and having a massively awesome adventure on the way. Their names are Angus and Hedley, aka the Midlife Bikers. Guys, great to have you on the show.
Hello. Just go double click.
Got you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, great. Hang on a minute. Where's this going?
I'll get this sent
Right, well, let's get. So we need to move your way? No, we need to move my way. It's back to front. Right.
I've got my hands full with you two today, ain't I?
No, we're not going. We promise we're not going to swear, because most of the stuff's taken. The outtakes are far better than what we actually put out there.
Like this is a non-swearing channel, guys. So don't.
Yeah, obviously.
swear.
Yeah. Oh fuck.
So yeah, a little bit of technology. I don't know what was going on there. Christ knows. Sometimes it just happens, and you reconnect, and everything just bingo. Did you change anything, or was it just?
Didn't do it. No.
Nah.
What?
It's in the ether, isn't it? You know, it's out there somewhere.
Not that.
Angus, Hedley.
Yes, mate.
Which one's which?
I'm Angus.
I'm the good-looking one, Hedley.
I'm the other good-looking one.
And I'm sort of mediocre, I know.
Take your hat off. Let's have a look. Have you got as much hair as me? You got more than me.
It's going back there. Look.
Don't worry. Mine started like that and it's ended up like this, mate. Just take it off.
I'm getting on, you know. I'm well into midlife. I'm getting on. Yeah. Huh?
How old are you?
I'm 55.
The same as me. Same as me.
55. He's 56. He was hoping I was going to say 57. Sorry. But
what bike do you ride? Do you ride a Triumph?
Yeah, I've got two bikes. I've got a Triumph Tiger 1200.
Nearly bought one, but I bought the KTM.
Yeah. I've never rode a KTM actually. I've always been a bit put off by them. I don't know why.
I was, but until the price, because I had a massive price drop just before €2,000 price drop on my bike just before lockdown.
Yeah. And
I just had to buy it. It is more technological than the Triumph. It's got a lot more gadgets and shit on it.
Yeah. But the
Triumph is actually an easier one to ride, I think. Mine's so bloody high.
The KTM's heavy?
They're all bloody heavy when they're that big, aren't they? It's a case of what angle when you lose it starts going at. And mine's pretty fast. Once you sort of stand still and it goes a bit like an old Harley, you know what I mean? There's an angle where it's just gone.
Yeah. I mean, I park my bike in the backyard, and as I come in, I have to get it through a gate, and then I get through the gate, and I have to do a sharp right turn and go up a little ramp to get out into my shit. I know, it's crazy. And I've done it for years and been okay. The other day, going up the ramp, just too much of a sharp turn. I bloody fell off onto the floor, didn't I?
Well, there's loads of us doing that. Loads of us.
Couldn't reach the floor. I mean, I'm 6 foot tall, but I couldn't reach the floor, and I just relied on putting my foot down, and bang, I went over. It bloody hurt and all.
You probably noticed Angus is Mr. KTM and I'm Mr. BMW. We'll play a bit on that as well. You know, I'm a GS guy and he's the KTM guy. We're just
and I'm the Triumph guy.
Yeah.
Because you know, like he's a bit off the wall. That's why he's KTM. I'm Mr. Sensible with my BMW.
Old man's BMW, mate. Old man.
But I see you on the Harleys.
Yeah, we did that. That was good.
Yeah, we just rented them off Eagle Rider, because Eagle Rider are like an amazing outfit in America. That's the big thing, you know. If you're ever going to ride America, Eagle Rider, they're sensational. You know, you just
I'll write that down.
Pick a bike up in LA, and then just ride it right away across.
Wow! Look at this. Here we are. What an exciting day today. Here we are at Harley Davidson and Bartels in LA. How cool does that sound, eh? Dear me. Fabulous day. Going to pick up the bikes now, and yeah, and so it begins. So the route today, we're going to go up to where are we going?
Death Valley.
Near Death Valley area, and then through the national park, and then get through to Vegas tonight. We're staying in Hard Rock Cafe tonight. How cool are we? And should take about 6 hours to get up to Vegas, but yeah, big day, super exciting. I can't believe we're seeing all this stuff. Fantastic, so good.
That's the other thing. If you want to, we researched the cheapest way to do America, and the cheapest way is to go from west to east by half price, because it's all about the repatriation of the bike going, because everybody wants to go from the east to the west because of Route 66.
Yeah.
And obviously the sun or what have you. But if you take a bike from the west to the east, it's a fraction of the price to do it that way. And that's why we did it that way.
I like your style, but I don't know many people, who pick up their bikes over in Los Angeles or San Francisco and ride the opposite way. I like that. That's different.
Yeah.
You did it completely.
I sort of rang Eagle Rider up. Now, Eagle Rider, as I can't say enough about them, how professional they are. I mean, what an outfit these people are. And anyways, I was rang up and I said, look, you're thinking about riding across America. What's the cheapest way to do it? And she straight away says, cheapest way, before I go any further, is west to east. And I went, all right, okay, let's do that.
Right.
And it was only like $80 a day or something to have a brand new Harley like that, you know. This is just ridiculous.
Hedley, can you fill me up, buddy? Just...
Yeah.
We got the tea, got the pot of tea. Hang on.
Let's go back to some beginnings. So I want to find out a bit about who you two midlife bikers are. So, Angus.
Yeah.
When did you get into motorcycling? How long ago was it?
I was 15 and I bought a Vespa off a guy and used to ride it around the fields of our house. We had like a load of fields.
I did that.
Then I tinkered with it, took the side panels off it, and we used to jump it and stuff like that, you know, make jumps and ramps and stuff.
On a Vespa scooter?
On a Vespa scooter, yeah. We're only 15. And then when I was 17, my mother didn't want me to get a motorbike, but I went and got one and hid it at a friend's house.
Hold on. 1 minute, Angus. You're just starting to describe my life.
Yeah.
Except I had a Lambretta.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. So I went and bought a 125. Yeah, I think it was Yamaha XT 125, something like that. And yeah, passed my test, and then I went out and bought all sorts of different bikes. Had a lot of Harleys.
Did you?
Yeah, I had a lot of Harleys throughout my life.
Big time Harley man, was you for many years? Did you have a break?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kids, and a head-on collision in Northumberland.
Yeah.
Paid to that was a Kajiva Paris Dakar big 800cc bike, and it went straight on top of the car. The bike was complete write-off.
Was
It
that
was only 4 days old as well?
whose fault was that, Angus?
Well, I was going a bit fast, but single track road, and an old guy who didn't put the brakes on at all when he saw me coming.
A midlife guy?
He was a bit older. He's definitely older than midlife guy. He's an old codge.
He's an old codge.
So yeah, I ended up in hospital with knackered knees and elbows. But
yeah,
and I had kids, and I thought I'm going to kill myself. So
yeah, I think
10 years out.
Yeah, I had a lot longer than that. I wasn't quite as experienced as you, but yeah, I started and then stopped pretty quick after an accident and thought, no.
It hurts, doesn't it? And we don't bounce. Well, we don't bounce now. We used to bounce a bit better.
Well, I didn't have as bad as you. Mine was at about 30 mile an hour, and that was bad enough. Yeah, and that wasn't on. Well, that was on dirt actually and grass. I was really lucky. I fell on dirt and grass, but yeah, concrete and
road.
I remember doing something really stupid, like riding around Corfu on. I think I had a DT 125 in shorts when I was 21.
We've all done it. People here are riding around sports bikes in like swimming trunks and a vest.
Man,
I'm like, you come off, you do not realise.
In one of your videos, you actually decide to go without helmetless.
Helmetless.
Yeah, that didn't feel very good. We put them back on, actually.
Did you?
We said, let's do some video, put them back on. This isn't safe.
I met him on a sunny day in late July, and everything turned upside down. I almost lost track of time as weeks went by. I couldn't get him off my mind. I told him I want that great.
We're a big Willies.
Like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how
called what's it called? A pickle shot. It's like pickled onions with a vodka. It is absolutely manky, and they think it's great. It's the worst thing I've had.
you really seem to know how to carry on your own. Ever since I got a good look in his eyes, I just knew that he was special. He said he wanted to take it slow, but I couldn't help that I wanted to take it to the next level. Cause I wanted that great love, like standing in the middle of a bonfire. You don't know how you got there, but you hold tight, knowing that you can't get burned. Just tell me how we lost track of everything but each other. I honestly don't know. And tell me how we messed up, drifting away from each other. Didn't wanna let you go. Cause we wanted different things, and I have to deal with it, but it's not easy. So tell me how to let go, cause you really seem to know how to carry on.
So let's come over to Hedley. Let's find out, when did you start riding? What was your first experience? What was the first bike you had?
Well, I was a late starter, to be honest, and a lot later.
Last week.
Miami.
I've never fallen off yet, which is like I've never fallen off yet, which I don't want to. I'm like so nervous about it, but
he will.
But no, I was a late starter. I probably didn't get into it till like my mid-30s, and I actually set up a little motor. I used to be in the outdoor pursuit business, and I got into BMW straight away and started renting them. I used to rent them in Northumberland from my home. Actually, people would come to my home, and I had three the R1200s, wasn't it? They're like the police type motorbikes.
Yeah.
I used to rent them out, and for people that used to do Scotland and such. So I was a much later starter, and I haven't got anywhere near as much experience as Angus has got on bikes. But and then I had another 10 years off when I had the kids.
Yeah.
And it's only really, honestly, it's probably the last 2 years that that I've got back into it in a big way, and really gone a bit crazy over the last. I mean, in the last 12 months, we've done 24 countries, 3 continents, and 50,000 kilometers. So it's all gone a bit crazy over the last 12 months. So.
Well, I think you've done your rookie badge then, really, let's be honest.
But he needs to fall off. He needs to come off.
I don't want to fall off.
He wouldn't go off-road with me the other week. When I dropped my bike again, I came off-road. When the tracks here in the mountains are brilliant. I've never seen anything like it anywhere.
Spain you're in at the moment.
Spain.
Yeah.
I didn't go anywhere, mate. So, but he wouldn't come off-road with me. He like stuck to this little track and tootled along. And I went, no, give it some welly, get the back end out, and like be crazy.
I've no intention of falling off.
No, don't do it.
It's going to hurt. I know it's going to hurt. I just don't want to do it.
We are going to do a day on off-road bikes. With a
bit of training.
Bit of training. So he will come off definitely soon.
That's probably the best place to do it. I mean, I'm no expert, believe you me. I'm really not. At least you're on mud and dirt, and it's not quite as. And it's a good way to experience falling and stuff as well.
Yeah, I said to him, you've got to learn how to fall. You've got to know when it's time to get off the bike and to eject.
Yeah.
And you've got to also know when your back end goes, you don't shit yourself and jump off, or put your front brake on, do something silly. And dirt really gives you that. Yeah. That It
started swearing again there.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Well, it's as well, Angus. It's when you're actually riding and you're slipping and sliding around. It's not to actually grab the brakes and twist and turn. It's to actually ride through it. Again, I'm not an expert.
It helps you. If you lose your back end on the road, but you've done it off road.
Yeah.
It's perfectly normal for it to snake all over the place off road.
Yeah.
So when it happens on the road, it really helps if you've experienced that feeling.
Yeah, exactly. That's that feeling. So.
We've got a fly. We've got a Spanish fly. Hang on a minute.
So what was your first bike, Hedley? What did you, after you started up again? And
first bike is, I remember passing my test in Newcastle and went straight down to Scotswood Road. Have you ever heard of Scotswood Road? Not Scotswood Road, what do you call the
Westgate Road.
Westgate Road in Newcastle.
It's
a famous road in Newcastle where all the motorbike shops are. And I got my test, walked in the shop and said, I want a bike and I want that one and I want to take it now. And they literally let me ride it out the shop. It was a VFI 800. Which was like just past my test, and it was really uncomfortable. I could only go like 20 miles, and I had to stop because I had cramp in my legs. And soon got rid of that, and then got into more sensible bikes like BMWs, which is that's
old man's bike. Yes, yeah.
And then and now you're so you went up to your BMW, and now you're adventuring all around the world. What a change from like next to nothing to this.
Yeah. It's been. I had a mad. It's 2 years ago. I've lived in Spain for nearly 12 years now. And just moved here recently. But 2 years ago, I had this mad idea to rent a bike just to get back into it again. And I rented a GS 1200 from a company called IMT, Iberian Moto Tours. They're a Spanish outfit, and they've got depots all over Spain. Right. And you can pick a bike up in any one of these depots and drop them off. And so I did a little tour of Spain on a rental bike and loved the GS. And then I got back to the depot and I bought the bike off them. And I said, can I just buy this bike? And they give me a great deal on it. So I bought the bike off them. And then, ever since then, done loads of crazy stuff since then, and just got the bug for it. I mean, when you've done a big trip, you just want to go on another one. The next week.
Well, no, it takes me about I was that knackered on the American one. I didn't want to do one of that for a couple of weeks.
What's it? Why are you living in? Right, you don't need to answer it if you've been in trouble or anything. But why?
No, we don't. No,
the tax man listening.
No. It's a good story. It's a good story.
Why are you in Spain, guys? I mean, you're obviously Hedley's from Newcastle.
I'm from the same place.
And
you're
he's from Sound Geordie.
No, Angus is far posher.
Yeah, thank you.
Royalty, mate.
Posh Geordie.
I'm a posh Geordie.
No, I had honestly, cards on the table. I had a big leisure business in the UK which went wrong, horribly wrong. Yeah. And I had to start again. And I came to Spain really to continue in the outdoor pursuit leisure business. We used to do the quad bikes and buggies and drive and archery, team building, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And the biggest trouble with doing, activities in the UK is the weather. So I thought, I don't know, let's do it in Spain. So I came to Spain 12 years ago to get in the leisure business, which I did for a while, but it's too seasonal. And now I do what everybody else does in Spain, which is anything relating to properties or apartments or holidays or what have you, or real estate. So that's what everyone does in Spain. But Angus is semi-retired. I actually work for a living. So
So I lived in China for 5 years, and then Philippines for 5 years. Wow. In the Philippines, I had a motorcycle brand. I had my own motorcycle brand, and used to manufacture in China and import into Philippines.
Yeah.
And then we imported to some other countries in South America as well. So he rang me up. It was 4 o'clock in the morning, and I was having a few drinks with some friends. And he said, next week, do you fancy riding across America?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on the video. He's actually phoning you up. So that actually happened. You didn't set that up.
Yeah. I went, yeah.
Oh, here we go. Hello. Are you naked or what?
All sorted, I'm going.
No way.
Absolutely.
I told you, come, he's nuts.
I went, yeah, just hang on a minute. I said, where we're going, what dates, da-di-da. And within an hour, I'd booked the bike and booked my flights from Philippines to LA, which is 36 hours or something. It meant I had to go via Dubai and then right the way across.
Right.
And I'd booked my flights and that was it. And we hadn't seen each other for what? I know we saw each other once in Hexham in the pub, didn't we?
We've known each other 35 years, lived in the same town. We actually started our first business I ever had was with Angus. We actually had a paintball business together, where you shoot each other in the
80s.
Yeah. And we had a paintball business together when we were young. I think it was 22, 23-ish. We had that. And then we've always kept in touch, and he went off all around the world. I was in different places. And then we sort of got back in touch via the bike thing. I did a tour around Europe, which he watched closely, and then I invited him to come on the America tour.
He promised to come touring around Philippines. I sponsored him. I said, I'm going to give you some money for your charity. You've got to promise me to come to the Philippines to go around. But anyway, I ended up here because we were going to come and look at living here.
Yeah.
And then the COVID hit.
Yeah.
And we've been here since on lockdown.
Yeah, you're not the only one. So, talking to a lot of people that are, stuck in Spain, actually. There's quite a few of you stuck in Spain. I'm beginning to wonder what's going on in there.
Well, I can't go back to Philippines.
It's not a bad place to be stuck.
No, it's great. It's lovely.
But, it's and do you know what the roads in Spain are just spectacular. You can't actually, even if we were just to ride around Spain for the next few months, it's still you can go all over the world, but you can't get roads that are as good as northern Spain, as an example, or Andorra, or through the Pyrenees, etc. Spectacular stuff. The tarmac's great. There's nobody on the roads.
No police around every corner with hair dryers.
It's very spectacular scenery here, So,
do they have a lot of speed cameras in Spain?
No, they don't. No. Very little. What they do in Spain more is have roadblocks. So if you're going down the road, you'll have the police in Spain love a roundabout, and they all stand on a roundabout. And when you come, they'll literally just stop you all and go through all your paperwork, go through everything. They're not really sort of checking much else than your paperwork, but there's lots of rules and regulations in Spain when it comes to bikes or cars. As an example, you're fined for not wearing gloves. If you haven't got a glove on.
On a motorbike?
Yeah. You did not know that?
So wear your gloves now, Angus.
Yeah, I do wear my gloves.
But you can wear shorts. Do you know what I mean?
Mad.
It's there's some mad ideas, but the police in Spain love to fine you. I think it's one of the biggest fine countries in Europe. They dish out fines just for fun, So as long as you've got your ducks in order and all your paperwork right, you've got to carry your passport with you in Spain. You've got to have your ID on you at all times. Otherwise, that's an immediate fine.
I didn't know that either.
You're supposed to actually carry your passport at all times. Yeah,
passport.
And otherwise, they'll have you for that. That's a 300 quid fine if €300 fine. There's also.
You're not coming up against the police that often, or have you noticed that?
I've been stopped 4 times in 6 months. But that was mainly during COVID, because I went for a little bit of a longer ride to the supermarket.
Right.
And then they said, "Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, 10, 12 kilometers away. They said you shouldn't be this far away. There's a supermarket.
Really?
Yeah, but they were okay.
We're lucky in that we actually live on the Ronda Road, which I don't know you've heard about the Ronda Road.
I watched your video.
Yeah. Now the Ronda Road is people travel from all over the world to ride this road. It's I think it's voted one of the top 3 roads in Europe. And every Saturday, Sunday, you want to hear the bikes going up this road. It's like
right.
They're all up there, and it is amazing. The road, the scenery, the tarmac, the bends are just perfect. You know,
Really?
and it's like it just goes on and on and on and. You know, it's 50 kilometers of bikers heaven, and
They're up there.
And the back of Ronda, it gets even better. So anyone looking to ride Spain, this is the area to do it. In the Andalusian mountains, the Ronda Road is as good as it gets anywhere in the world. I mean, you know, America is quite dull, really. You know, you're riding just in a straight line. You know, I did Australia in January. Again, that's quite dull as well. But the roads around Spain, I mean, are just fab. You know.
Yeah, well, hopefully.
Is it a waterfall, Hedley, you're going to take me to?
No, there's no waterfall.
Bridge.
The bridge, the famous Ronda Bridge. So
Famous Ronda Bridge. People go from all over the world to see this bridge. Yes, we're here. Look at this. We're at the foot of the famous Ronda Bridge.
We're straight out that door and straight the way down to their death.
Yeah, well, hopefully I'm heading out there. I would have gone this year, but next year. So Spain and Portugal, big on my hit list. So
Ronda's a famous sort of. It's not a city; it's a town up the hill from Marbella, and it's got lots of history, lots of wine there, lots of vineyards, and there's
is that where they threw the people off the parapets or something? That's it.
The bridge, that's it.
Yeah. Game of Thrones style stuff.
yeah, it's right. Only for hard people, that tough people. Oh right, okay.
Like all this bull ring in Spain, and it's a big giant bull ring museum thing. People travel from, you know, Asia all over to see Ronda, but the road to it is quite a thing. It's I could go up there every day. I love it. It's such a great road, you know.
The weather good over there at the moment as well?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Too hot actually. When we went to Granada, he said Granada is one of the hottest places in Spain. We came down off the mountains, off the twisties and that, down at the bottom of the valley, and literally it was like going through a sauna. I had to undo my jacket completely, but even that wasn't good enough. Right. Yeah, and you really dehydrate very, very fast in that environment. So hot.
It's 32 degrees here today. It's O'Neill, one of the great things about living down here is statistically where we are in Costa del Sol here, there's 320 sunshine days a year.
Yeah.
And with an average temperature of 23. So it's a good place to live. It's actually got the same climate as California, but it's a great place to live and ride bikes. It doesn't get any better.
I hate England. Go to work in the dark, freezing cold. Come home in the dark.
Yeah.
I think I've suffered that SADS disease or whatever. You know, like Depression.
I still miss it though. I like to go I'm normally in Newcastle every 3 weeks, see my family, and come backwards. I like a bit of both. I do like England. I like Spain. A bit in each. But there's lots of opportunity in Spain, to be honest, Neil. So you know, if you're a hard worker and you're committed, you'll always do well down here. You know, there's lots of opportunity. You can go out. You can go out even January, February. You can go out here, no bother.
I know. Yeah.
It's actually when it's rare that it rains, you know, but when it does rain, it rains heavily, and also the roads are just like lethal, you know. In terms, you know, it's been so dry and sunny for so long. As soon as you get some rain on it, I mean, it's a death trap. You've got to not go anywhere near it until it's completely dry again, you know, because you're off. Yeah.
Well, the white lines here are slippy. You know, the white lines in England.
Yeah.
They're not slippy, right? Here, the white lines are slippy.
Are they?
If you give it a bit of twist. Throttle on the white lines, it goes, whoa! It's like, what the hell's going on there? Yeah.
So something in the paint that they're using that's like reacting.
It's just like gloss. They've just put bloody gloss paint down, okay? In England, they put sand in it or something, or grit, don't they?
Yeah, grit. Yeah, some kind of grit.
Not here, not in China, and not in Philippines as well.
The other thing they do in Spain is they put these tarmac little seals on where the roads have cracked, and they put the sort of black stuff on it.
And that's like ice. You just hit that. And poof.
Really?
Yeah, but not on many roads. Yeah, they're like up in the mountains. They're really old roads that they haven't got the EU money to fix yet.
Yeah.
So they're just bodging them up.
I mean, it's a place I've been thinking of going to for quite some time. I mean, like, unlike you guys, I'm just starting my adventures, if you see what I mean. We did France this year, and we planned, was it Belgium and Spain for this year? So we did France last year. But yeah, obviously everything got stopped in it. The bleeding COVID things.
We don't know what we're doing with this 2020 we're meant to be doing. We've done a lot of planning for it, 20 countries in 20 days.
Yeah.
We're going to end up in England at BBC Newcastle and present the check.
Right.
Where we're raised, and do Scotland as well, get 2 countries in there. Well, now we can't go in because we'll be under quarantine. And I can't get back here. I couldn't get back to Spain. He can't, he's a resident. So he can get back, but I couldn't get back.
So
we're just going to wait and see what happens.
Let's come on to what you're doing for charity, guys. I know that you're riding this. Is it 20 countries, 20 days, and you're raising for a charity? Tell us a little bit about your charity, the countries that you're going to. You know, just a little bit about that. And obviously, you've said that you've been quarantined, so let's put the kibosh on you being able to do that. So what's your plans for the future? So if you just describe it.
I think we are going to do it. We're going to try and do it, but we don't know if we'll be able to do 20 countries.
The original plan, Neil, is I got in touch with Angus, and I was really inspired by the Race Across the World TV show with BBC. I don't know whether you saw it, where they went from London to Singapore. Did you see that?
Bits of it, yeah. Yeah,
it was spectacular, and it was wow. You know, this is achievable. We can actually. So the agreement was, Angus and I, we were going to do a 6-week ride from here all the way to Singapore, which was 20,000 kilometers. It would take us 6 weeks to do it. Wow. We soon realized that,
and a bit more.
We soon realized that wasn't achievable. So we wanted to do quite a charity sort of stunt to raise some money for Alzheimer's dementia charity. We've both been affected by it. My mum's got it.
Not personally, you know, people in our family. I mean, we may look like we're affected. But...
my mother's got it. He's been affected by it with his family's been one of your auntie.
My auntie died of it. Yeah.
So we're trying to do this ride for charity, which has got quite a bit of attention. So we came up with this mad idea of 20 countries in 20 days in 2020, and let's try and make 20,000 quid. So everything's 2020, 2020, and we're supposed to be leaving on the 20th of September, which is the day we're supposed to be off. The route, we've got various ideas, Angus will tell you, but it's last year I did 14 countries in 14 days around Europe. And
for charity,
I did that for Dream Flight, where they take kids on a flight or terminally ill. But 14 countries I did last year in 14 days, and that was quite. It sounds hard, but it actually wasn't. And I actually did it in 12 days, and and took me time, and But so the 2021 has actually upped the mileage considerably. We're now up to 9,000 kilometers to do 20 countries. Mm-hmm. Whereas when I did the 14, it was only 5,000 kilometers. But them extra few countries has really ramped up the miles. So 20 countries, 20 days is the idea.
So the route we've got 2 options for route. Go across North Africa because the ferry's just down the road. So we go into Portugal, do Gibraltar, get the ferry across to Morocco, do Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Sicily, Italy, boot of Italy.
Yeah.
Across the other side, Albania, Croatia, Romania. So the zigzag our way up there.
Yep.
And into Austria, Czech, back into Austria, Germany, and then Belgium, France, England, kind of thing.
Wow.
Okay, we're going to finish in England. But then we've got to ride back to Spain, which is like a 3 or 4 day ride. Oh, we can get Switzerland and Andorra. No, that's the other option. If we can't get into Algeria at the minute, and Morocco, so Africa's off. So we're going to go up by Monaco, Andorra, around the top of Italy, down and do the Albania and Croatia, Slovenia, Macedonia, up Vienna, Austria, and then come back Switzerland, Liechtenstein, France, and then we've done our 20. Yeah.
You can slip a few cheeky ones in there. You see, you can get Monaco counts, Vatican counts, smallest country in the world. So with a Liechtenstein, you can actually knock off 3 countries in a day if you had to. So it's just
so you've got that in the bag if you need it. Just let's nip over to there
and see where we can go. And we're not really getting that stressed about it, but we want to go on the 20th of September. That's the idea. We've got already a bit of support going on through our Just Giving charity platform. And we're getting some good support there. Getting the Are you
gonna like a lot of midlife bikers like me don't like camping so much as they used to when they were younger. So I do like it.
I don't do any camping. I'm flying hotels all the way, and I need a spa when I get there.
So are you going to meticulously plan every single hotel then, Hedley? Or are you just going to
do that?
Nah.
We don't do that. Nah. With Booking.com at about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right?
Right.
Get Booking.com out and get. We are taking full camping gear with us in case.
Just in case, yeah.
Get stuck. I mean, we can set it up in a car park if need be, but
the number one rule if riding around lots of countries in long distance, and I can't emphasize enough, is do not book your accommodation at all until the last minute, because anything can happen, and it's a pressure that you're putting on yourself to get to that next venue. You have to really just see how you're getting on. If the weather's great, push. You know roughly where you're going to go, but if the weather's great, push on. If the weather's bad, stop short. You might not be feeling so well. You might be tired. You might be this. You might be that. They might have a mechanical issue. We tend to stop at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, have a cup of coffee, and then we say, right. And then we're just straight on to Booking.com, get a last minute deal or what have you. And just book it there and then. And then we try to, we always do, 10 o'clock in the morning is religious, gone, get out and move, get going. And you have to knock off like 200 kilometers in the morning. Stop for lunch, and then you do another couple of hundred in the afternoon. It's generally about 400 a day, is what you're doing. But you've got to get moving in the morning, otherwise you're ruined. If you hang about, you've got no chance.
Is that miles or kilometers?
Kilometers,
kilometers. I was going to say 400 miles.
We have done about 8 hours in the saddle, and it's killer. And then the next day you're knackered. So it's better just to do. We use 6 or 7. We finish at night. Sometimes we finish at 5. Sometimes we set up at 9. It's usually 10 till about 5. It's generally a riding day is 8 hours long, because it's not the riding, it's the hard bit. It's all the stopping, doing the videos, doing the places of interest, doing the live Facebook stuff, doing the charity push. It's all that, swapping your cameras around, and that's what takes the time. And we're pretty well organised, Angus and I, with that now. We both have multiple cameras on the bikes. We're both well they've all got power feeds to them. There's a couple of points I want to get across. One, Angus and I don't drink and ride motorbikes. I know it looks a bit laddish. I mean, it looks like we're a bit laddish. It looks like we're, just going.
But Hedley, I saw you with a woman standing over you throwing Jägermeister down you.
That was at night time in America. That doesn't count. That's when we're finished.
I'm joking.
We're off to Daytona, and just getting going now after a late start. And Daytona is Oktoberfest today, and apparently there's just going to be thousands of Harley Davidson there for their bike fest in Daytona. Can't wait.
Day 13, Coast to Coast Tour. Look at this. I'm in Miami. Boom. Got there in the end. Yeah. Dear me. 3,700 miles it was, I think, which is about 5,500 kilometers. And every one of those miles was an experience. What a time. Can't really put into words how amazing the whole thing was. Thanks to Angus for being the ultimate wingman. It wouldn't have been the same without him. We got on like a house on fire. Not a wrong word, just gonna, you know, he's very easygoing, I'm easygoing, believe it or not. And yeah, we had a ball. And now he's chilling out downstairs in the bar. But I thought I'd go for a little swim actually, because I'm on the rooftop bar here, a rooftop, and it's got a lovely pool. But yeah, coast to coast tour, can't recommend it enough. Say what you like about America, but I tell you what, these American people, so hospitable and friendly, and you know, genuinely sort of, you know, interested in what you're doing and stuff. You know, it was great, lovely people, and I think that's what I got out of this more than anything really, is how friendly these people are. Fabulous places to see, iconic things along the way. Riding into Vegas was still, through the desert coming into Vegas was still one of the big moments. But riding into Miami last night, it sort of, just as it was getting dark, that was special too. The whole thing's been special. I can't there's not one day that hasn't been great. So I'm gonna
that was true. That was a good night out. That.
But we do go on. We've actually had a bit of criticism about the pub thing. So we're gonna just make it clear we don't actually drink during the day. We might have a bottle of beer, but we're certainly not pubbing it as we go along. But at night, obviously, you just want to
be boys.
Do you know when you finish a long day, you'll have done it yourself. When you finish a long day, you've done 400. We literally go into a hotel. We literally go into the hotel, put our bags at the bar. We don't even go to the room, you know, and like it's beer, something to eat, bed. That's how it works, you know.
100%.
And you know, we're not out larging it all the time, and far from it, because you just cannot do it. You've got to focus, you know, and but you do have to have a couple of beers at the end of the day. I'm not going to take that away.
You know, if you're in New Orleans or Austin, Texas, you know, you've got to go out and see the, you know, like we did the Daytona bike week. You've got to go out and do it. But we took the day off actually after Daytona. Yeah. So you spent 2 days there, and America was great for that.
And the other thing, I'm sure you'll get it in. The other thing I want to mention as well on the charity thing, you'd be amazed how many people say this, and I really want to get it across. A lot of people don't get the charity thing, and the amount of times people have said to me, so when you stop in a hotel or your petrol, does that come out of the the charity thing? And like, whoa, no. I mean, Angus and I self-fund all our tours. That's all self-funded. Every single cent goes to Just Giving website, which is guaranteed to go to the charity. You know, so we're really going to get that across, because some people think we're just partying around.
I think we're getting a free holiday off a charity.
You know, on the back of other people's donations. Far from it. We fund out all our own trips, and you know,
we do it anyway. We go on these rides anyway. So why not? You know, why not
make some money for charity? Yeah.
I mean, you can't ask people every week. We do one charity. I think one a year is the way to go. You can't do one every couple of months. But,
no.
But yeah, but the Alzheimer's one's getting a lot of support, because a lot of people have been affected by it. Alzheimer's now is the biggest killer in the UK. 850,000 people have Alzheimer's in the UK. It's the biggest killer, like, above cancer, because cancer is curable to some extent. But Alzheimer's, it isn't, and it's the biggest killer. And most people know somebody who's affected by it, and it's a dreadful thing. And it's not with Alzheimer's. It's not so much the person that's got it. The big thing with the Alzheimer's Society that I've witnessed is the support they give to someone living with someone with Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
Because somebody living with someone, it drives them crazy. The repeated questions, they're not knowing what's going on. They've lost, they've lost the loved one, and all memories gone, and they get a breaking point. And it's the support that the Alzheimer's Societies give to someone living with dementia is spectacular. They've supported my father in such a way. They call him up every week, see how he's doing, and make sure he's getting all support. Have daily visits. It's brilliant, and without them, they are an excellent charity, and we for that reason, there's no other charity to do this for them. And we hope to make 20 grand. Hopefully, we make more with a bit of luck. Oh
yeah, double that at least. Well, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
So everybody watches this program.
Well, we will absolutely make sure that this podcast or this video that we're making today is in aid of Alzheimer's and the Alzheimer charity that you two guys are championing. So, we want people to get on board with that, and you can give us your links and we'll put it to your GoFundMe page or whatever it is, to help you raise even more money, even if it's just a little bit that our little show helps you with, guys. I've been touched by Alzheimer's. My nan had it. We found her out walking in the streets, and there's a woman who brought up a family and got through the war and all the things people get through, and I think that there's a bit of a culture thing at the moment where our old people are just put into homes and they're kind of just left there, and a lot of people just forget about them.
The Alzheimer's charity is absolutely superb with helping families, giving advice.
Sure.
And probably telling them where this is going to go. It doesn't get better, Alzheimer's.
No.
It slowly gets worse. So I saw my auntie eventually die of it after about 5 years.
Yeah. So
it's
slow.
You've got to know where you're going and how bad it's going to get, and be prepared for that. So they're very, very good, charity for helping families.
Awesome.
Of course, with COVID, the funding they've lost is massive, because no one's putting money into the charity this year. The events have been cancelled. People aren't donating as much, so we're up against it really in terms of trying to hit the target. But they've been hit significantly with reduced funds for the charity. So anyway, hopefully when everything gets back on track, it'll all be organised again. But
so we need people need help now, so let's get the charity pots rattling, because anything's going to help. Any little amount, just donate something. So gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure for you to share some time with you and find out about your adventures and your take on motorcycling and life. Really, it's been really, really cool talking to you. I think I made a couple of friends.
Anytime, mate, anytime.
So I hope you enjoyed the show with Angus and Hedley, the midlife bikers. Let's keep our fingers crossed that they can set off on their journey for 20 countries, 20 days to raise money for an awesome charity for Alzheimer's. It was a pleasure talking to these guys. They are big personalities, and I wish them all the best on their journey. Can't wait to catch up with them. Hopefully we're going to do a live show, catch up with them on the top of a mountain somewhere, and just see what they've been up to. But guys, if you like the show, please like, share, subscribe, do all that. Just show us some love. That's kind of our fuel for what we do, and we're really thirsty for it. So thanks for watching, guys. Remember, there's never a wrong way, not on a motorcycle. Take care, look after each other, ride safe. Bye.